Okay, well, good evening, folks, and welcome to our 2023 annual meeting. At this time, I will turn it over to our moderator for a few housekeeping issues. So, Doug, the floor is yours.
Okay, everybody, just really briefly before we get started, please note cameras will be turned off for our virtual attendees. Microphones will be muted by the moderator. Please use the chat feature to ask any questions during the meeting. We will also use the polling feature in Zoom today throughout the meeting to allow virtual attendees to vote on motions. Live attendees can raise their hand to vote or ask questions, and this meeting is being recorded.
Okay, thank you. And with that, I will call our meeting to order. And I have ascertained that there is a quorum present. And we're going to move on and introduce our directors and our supervisory committee. So can you go to the next slide, Doug, please? So our directors, our chairperson this year is Mary McCarthy. Our vice chair is Chris Shaw. Secretary is Elaine Guimont. Treasurer is Corinna Thibodeau. Then we have the rest of our directors, Don Guimont, our newest director who was elected last year, Glenn Braley. We have Percy Thibault, Peter Saucier, Peter Sidaway, Ryan Pelletier, and Scott Haley. And this group makes up our board of directors. We also have the supervisory committee, which is consisted of the chairperson, Steve Willett. We have Gail Desjardins, Ina St. Jean, and Susie Parody make up the supervisory committee. And this is your group of volunteers. Next, I would like to take a moment, and Doug, if you can, go to the next slide. And I'd like to take a moment and ask for a period of silence as we remember Peter Saucier, one of our directors who passed away on Sunday after a brief battle with cancer. Thank you. We will have a more formal and fitting tribute to Peter at a later date. But for now, I'd just like to mention that he was a dedicated board member of our credit union, having first been elected to the board back in 1996 of what was then the Fort Kent Federal Credit Union. He served for 28 years in various capacities on the board, and we will certainly miss his positive attitude and willingness to help in any way he could. Our deepest sympathies go out to his wife, Diane, and his daughters, Angela and Jill, and along with their families. Thank you. Now moving on, I will call on Elaine Guimont, the secretary, to read the minutes of the 2023 annual meeting, unless I have a motion to dispense of the reading of those minutes. So we have a motion from Brian Stoliker to dispense of the reading of the minutes. All those in favor, the pop-up, you can vote in favor or opposed. And the results are 100% in favor. Thank you. So moving on, we will now move on to the treasurer's report, and I just got a message that she is having trouble signing on. I'm not sure if Corinna, are you on? Were you able to get on? Okay, so I guess in her absence, I will go ahead and give the treasurer's report. So if you could move to the next slide. Here before you, we have our comparisons of 2023 compared to 2022. I will just read the 2023 numbers, which is the meeting that we're going over. As you can see on the income side, the interest on loans was 14,267,000. Our income from investments totaled 751,000. Other operating income were 2,400,000 for total gross income of $17,420. Our operating expenses included compensation and benefits of $6,188,000. Operations, $2,063,000. We had loan servicing expenses of $787,000. Professional services of $1,780,000. Provision for loan losses of $355,000, and other expenses of $144,000, making our total expenses of $11,319. And I see that Corinna just joined us. Corinna, do you want me to keep going, or would you like to take over? I can't hear you, Corinna.
I had such a hard time to get on. I'm actually on my phone. So if you want to continue, I'll gladly let you.
Okay, thank you. And if any members have questions for Corinna or myself, should be happy to answer, or we'd be happy to answer them. So I'll just keep going.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So we had a non-operating gain of 126,000, and we paid dividends of over $3.2 million to our members last year. Now, this is noteworthy here because if you compare it to 2022, where we only paid $1 million, that is a substantial increase in dividends that we returned to our members. And that really is a result of the interest rate environment that we're in. So after our gross income, subtracting our expenses and dividends, we ended the year with our net income of $2,996,000, a huge increase over 2022. So we had a great year. Now, turning over to on the asset side, the balance sheet, you can see our member loans, our net loans for 2023 were $277,389,000. We had cash on hand of $6,233,000. Investments of $29,456,000. Fixed assets of $7.7 million. Other assets of $12 million. For total assets at the end of 2023 of $332,828,000. Just a quick note, our assets as of the end of April of this year are now in excess of $355 million. So we've seen a huge increase in assets just in the first 4 months of the year. On the liabilities and equity side, we had liabilities of $1,149,000. We had member shares of $293,888,000. and our equity increased to $37,790,000 for our total liabilities and equity of $332,828,000. And that, folks, is the financial report. So again, I'd be happy to entertain questions, as well as Corinna, as treasurer, would be happy to entertain questions if you have any. Okay, so if we don't have any questions on the financial report, I will entertain a motion to accept the financial report. So all those in favor of accepting the financial report, please vote now. And there it is, 100% voted. And I apologize for that. I should have waited for someone to make a motion. So, okay, so now let's get into some fun stuff. And we will talk about the community engagement portion of the report. So for this part of the meeting, I will turn it over to Joey Canan, our Executive Vice President here at the Credit Union, to give the report. Joey?
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate the opportunity tonight to share all of the great things that we've been doing here at Acadia this past year. So since 1990, Maine credit unions have been raising money to help fight hunger in our local communities. At Acadia, we are passionate about this cause, and we are committed to doing our part to address the issue of food insecurity in our communities. Throughout the year, we hold a variety of fundraising activities, relying heavily on our team and our members to support this cause. We have two major fundraisers throughout the year: the daily cash calendar sweepstakes that we usually do in December, where you can win cash prizes, as well as our spring sweepstakes, which features a variety of prizes. We also have some fun along the way. On Fridays, we sell some popcorn in our local branches. Doug, if you can advance the slide. Yeah. On Fridays, we have, you can see there, we sell some popcorn at all of our branches. On select Fridays, we have paid jeans days. Every year, we host an annual Christmas ugly sweater contest for our employees to participate in. You can see some of the ugly sweaters there. And our coin jars are out to collect change throughout the year. All of the proceeds from these activities go directly to our efforts around ending hunger. In addition, we coordinated another successful corporate donation campaign, which we began doing in 2015. We'd like to thank all of the businesses that donated, with an extra special thank you to our top donors this year, which were Deshane Sanitation, S&M Enterprises, LaBrie Farms, White Oak, Frank Martin Sons, Harvey RV and Marine, Marquis Well Drilling, RF Chamberlain, and Yorks of Holton. In total, our corporate friends donated $3,625 towards our success in ending hunger, and we can't thank everyone enough. With that being said, I'm excited to say that we broke our previous record from 2021, raising a whopping $52,038 in cash and food donations in 2023. That remarkable amount placed us third in the state out of a total of 54 credit unions for total dollars raised. Those funds have been delivered to food pantries and food assistance programs from the St. John Valley to Bangor. And as you can see, Doug, in the next slide, you can see lots of smiling faces holding these checks that will make a real significant difference in our communities. Our ending hunger campaign success would not be where it is without the dedication and efforts from our marketing manager and ending hunger coordinator, Allison Smart. Allison continues to be the driving force behind these efforts, and I want to thank her personally for all of her continued energy and enthusiasm that she puts into this effort. We recently pulled together an ending hunger campaign team with representation across each of our branches. Those teams are kind of coming up with their own ideas for this year on different ways to raise some money. They've already hit the ground running with new ideas, and we're already way ahead of where we were last year at this time. We have a very lofty goal for 2024, and we have every intention of surpassing that goal. So next slide. I bet you're wondering how you can help play a part in this amazing campaign. If you drop by any one of our branches between now and May 31st, you can purchase a ticket for a chance to win one of these wireless security bundles. We have a variety of bundles available at each branch. If you really want to increase your chances of winning, my suggestion would be that you buy a ticket from every branch, all 8 of our branches, and I'm sure you'd have a better chance of winning. So moving on to our community involvement, giving back and volunteering in our community is really important to us here at Acadia. It's one of our foundational beliefs, and we want to play an active role in our communities, and our team never fails to raise their hand to help by volunteering their time at a variety of events. Here's a few of the highlights from 2023. Several of our teammates participated in the Northern Light EMCC Champion the Cure Challenge in 2023. This event's sole purpose is to support local cancer research and patient care. We had a huge team participate this year. We want to thank everyone who donated and participated, and a special thanks to one of our teammates, Kate Valancourt, for organizing and cheerleading this event every year for us. In total, we helped to raise just over $2,700, and we're looking forward to another great walk again this year. Some of the other things that we did this year were also our annual trunk or treat activities that we like to do. Each community has a trunk or treat around Halloween, and we like to take part in those. All of our branches get on board. They decorate a trunk, they dress up, they have fun handing out candy to the kids. There's just something about dressing up that seems to make this event so much fun. We also participated in a couple of other events around. We wore our bright red shirts and made an appearance in the annual Acadian Festival Parade in Madawaska. We helped organize a school supply drive for our schools in Fort Kent. Several of our teammates shared some happy cards with local nursing homes and residential care facilities. We shared some lucky shamrocks with each other around St. Patrick's Day. And we also participated in the Hands of Hope program, purchasing gifts for children in the Bangor area during the holidays, as well as so many other fun activities that we shared in our communities. We love spending time in our communities, and we also love our members. We celebrated Youth Week this year. As you can see in this slide here, you can see a lot of smiling faces. Our littlest members appreciated our gifts and our fun activities, such as coloring at some of our branches. We also served up ploys in Fort Kent as part of the annual Ploy Festival. We had the pleasure of hosting over 200 guests at our open house here at our operations center in Fort Kent. And we were excited to host our first ever member appreciation events at each of our branches. This was the highlight of the summer for us, and we had so much fun. We served up hundreds and hundreds of hot dogs across all of our branches. Our team battled wind and rain, eyes crying from cutting onions, and every moment of it was worth it to see how happy our free lunches made our members. We plan on doing these events again this summer, so stay tuned for when those will be happening at a branch near you. One last thing that we'd like to touch on regarding our members is we're excited once again to award scholarships to three very deserving students to help finance their post-secondary education. Each of the scholarship recipients were awarded $2,000. This year, our recipients were Genevieve Michaud Lorana, Nolan Raymond, and Samuel Lozier. These well-deserving high school seniors are the future, and we're so incredibly proud to play a role in fostering their growth and their success by helping them with their educational expenses. I also wanted to take some time to touch on our company culture. We believe that the best companies are built on a foundation of a strong employee-led culture. We have the most amazing team that not only takes care of our communities and members, but also takes the time to create a great environment for us to work in. We have an incredibly active SWAT team, which stands for Super Wicked Awesome Team, who coordinates activities throughout the year. This year, our team came up with activities around featuring a home-cooked breakfast, weekly motivational meetings that we have, holiday-themed activities. We have some ice cream on random afternoons. And there are just a few of these activities that this team helps to coordinate. The focus and the attention that we dedicate to our teams certainly paid off in 2023 with our designation as a best places to work in Maine once again. That's now 2 years running for us. We're truly honored to be considered one of the best places to work in Maine, and we're hopeful that we'll make the list again this year. In closing, I want to thank our teammates and our members for making 2023 a truly incredible year for us here at Acadia. Just one more note before I turn the program back over to Dave. We love to give our time, but we also love to give gifts away too. We can't let this annual meeting event pass us by without giving away something. After the meeting has concluded, we will pick 5 attendees' names at random who will each win a $50 Visa gift card. You must be a member to win, and the winner will be notified tomorrow. So good luck to everyone. Dave, back over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Joey. As you can see, we have a great team of employees and very dedicated to being active in our community. So congratulations to all team members. Thank you. And with that, I will go into my report, the president's report. So I'd like to welcome you all to Acadia's 60th annual meeting. It's my pleasure to report to you this evening on our credit union's accomplishments looking back on the year 2023 and detailing our progress, achievements, and plans for the future. I'd like to start off by talking about finances. I know you heard me talk about that earlier when I gave the treasurer's report, but I am pleased to report that over the past year, Acadia has experienced steady growth in both loans and deposits. Our assets increased to a total of almost $333 million as of December 31st, 2023. Loan demand continued at a record pace in 2023, finishing the year at just over $277 million, which was a 17% increase over the prior year. I believe that's the best year we've ever had in loan growth. Our deposits also increased during the year to a total of almost $294 million, or an 8.4% increase over the prior year. We finished the year with a net income of just under $3 million. Despite the challenges posed by the economic landscape, and our credit union has remained resilient, serving the financial needs of our members and community with dedication. We also successfully underwent an examination by our federal regulator, the National Credit Union Administration, during the past year, as well as a full financial audit from our accounting firm. Our goal was to maintain compliance with regulatory standards and ensuring the integrity of our financial operations. These assessments are vital to upholding the trust and confidence of our members, and I'm proud of our team's commitment to transparency and sound financial management. Now on to some fun stuff and the new products that we're working on. So in line with our commitment to innovation and convenience, we are diligently working to introduce new products and services to enhance your banking experience. Among these initiatives are a new online account opening and loan application platform designed to streamline the processes and offer greater accessibility to our members. People will be able to apply for membership and loans online, fully remote, 24/7, anywhere as they wish. The goal is to make the process more convenient, faster, and with less friction for our members. Additionally, we are focused on bringing faster payments through real-time payments, allowing for swift and efficient payment transactions. This is emerging technology that was recently introduced in the banking world, and we are closely monitoring it to see how we will integrate it into our operations. I'm also excited to announce our newest branch location that will be opening in the Presque Isle area. This expansion represents our commitment to continuing to serve our members and meet their evolving needs and extending our reach in the community. The Presque Isle branch will provide convenient access to our comprehensive range of financial services, further strengthening our presence in the region. For those of you who are familiar with the Presque Isle area, we purchased a former Bonanza restaurant as our site location. We're looking forward to hopefully breaking ground later this year, although a timeline remains somewhat up in the air. We are just now going through the design phase of the project, and we'll share more information with you as we move along on this project. So just for your information, we will be tearing this building down and building a new building. Once we had engineers go into the building and take a look at it, it was determined that it would be more cost-effective to demolish this building and start from scratch. So that's what we've decided to do. Also turning to our community support, and I know Joey touched a lot about this recently. At Acadia, we recognize the importance of giving back to the communities we serve. Throughout the past year, we've been actively involved in various initiatives aimed at making a positive impact, including our Ending Hunger programs, charitable donations, and sponsorships that you just heard Joey talk about. I mean, as you look at this slide over here, I mean, you see a bunch of smiling faces and staff giving checks to food pantry volunteers. But what really struck me, and the staff did a great job in raising funds, but what really struck me as I went around to some of these places to deliver checks was not only the need for food in our communities, but what really struck me were the volunteers that run these organizations. It was just amazing to hear of their dedication and their volunteers. Most of them don't get paid for doing this. So a big shout out for these organizations and the volunteers that run them. So additionally, we hosted member appreciation events at all our branches in 2023, expressing our gratitude for your ongoing support and loyalty. And Doug, if you can advance to the next slide, you can see me there on my right. I'm delighted to say that I was able to attend every one of these events at every one of our branches. So I'm also happy to report that we also have them planned for this coming year. So keep an eye out on the dates when we'll be having those events at each branch. So again, it's just a way to give back to our communities, and it gives me a chance to get out there and meet some of our members face to face. So great work, and keep an eye out for our upcoming events later on this summer. So on a more personal note, and Doug, if you can move to the next slide, this past February, I celebrated my 20th anniversary here at the credit union. I honestly don't know where the time has gone because it feels like only yesterday I took over management of the credit union. A lot has changed since then, including the color of my hair. As you can tell from these photos, and Allison did a great job in digging up some of these old photos. But in addition to looking back on, the last 20 years, I'm also interested to see what the future holds for the credit union. It's been a privilege to serve you as your president, and I am grateful for the opportunity to lead our dedicated team in achieving our collective goals. I look forward to our continued journey together, driving growth, innovation, and community support. In conclusion, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every member of the Acadia Credit Union team. And you have a picture before you, the slide before you is a picture of every team member. And I believe we're up to 88 or 89 employees here at the credit union. Your loyalty, your trust, and support are the driving forces behind our success. And we remain committed to serving you with excellence in the years to come. And as I said, I want to send a big shout out to our dedicated employees who ensure our credit union operates smoothly day after day. We couldn't do it without this wonderful bunch of people. As we look ahead, let's continue to embrace opportunities, overcome challenges, and build a brighter future together, because together we will achieve great things. Thank you. And at this point, I'd entertain any questions that any members may have. Okay, so I guess if there are no questions for me, I will thank everyone again for your confidence in Acadia, and I wish you all a nice evening. So with that, we will continue on with our meeting. And the next item on the agenda is the report of the nominating committee. So I will call on Elaine Guimont as a member of the nominating committee to give her report.
Good evening, everyone. The nominating committee met to review candidates for the 3 positions up for re-election. The criteria used was previous service to the credit union, educational background, board diversity, commitment and willingness to serve the credit union, and business background employer. The following 3-year terms expiring are Don Guimont, Peter Sidwa, Percy Tebow. With that being said, all 3 board members whose terms are expiring have expressed an interest in running again. The nominating committee recommends that the 3 incumbent directors, Don Guimont, Peter Sidwa, and Percy Tebow, be re-elected to the board of directors. Nominations from the floor are no longer accepted when there is only 1 nominee for each position to be filled. When there is more than 1 nominee per vacancy, individuals nominated by either the nominating committee or by petition will be placed before the members for a vote at the annual meeting. Since the number of nominees equals the number of positions to be filled, normally we ask the secretary to cast a vote to declare each nominee elected by general consent. However, since I am the secretary, I will ask the treasurer to cast 1 vote.
Corinna, I don't know if you can unmute yourself and cast a vote for the slate.
I cast a vote.
Congratulations to the re-elected directors. Respectfully submitted, Elaine Guimont, nominating committee member.
Okay, great. Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate the report, and congratulations to our re-elected directors. So now we move on to the unfinished business and new business and closing remarks. Do we, the first item is, do we have any unfinished business to bring before the membership? Okay. Seeing no unfinished business, do we have any new business to bring before the membership? If we have no new business to bring before the membership, I will now entertain a motion to pay the expenses of the annual meeting. We have a motion by Peter Sirwe. All those in favor, please vote on the screen. And the motion passes. Thank you. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for attending this evening. And as you can see, the credit union is growing. It's in sound financial condition. We have a great team and we have great members. And it's really all of us coming together, members, employees, and making this organization so successful. So again, I thank you for your support, your loyalty, and attending this evening. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion by Peter Sirwe to adjourn. And I don't believe we have a voting on this one. So the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for attending, folks. Have a nice evening.